Welcome back. So today's video is about what I spend / save in a month as a minimalist. I've actually been getting a lot of requests to do this video, and I also added in that whole like what I save in a month. I feel like everyone is so used to spending or saying what they spend instead of like saying what they save. So if you guys enjoy this video, please throw a thumbs up down below and let's get straight on into it. So each month I pay $675 for rent. I do live in Massachusetts, the area that I live in, which I will not be giving out the area I live in, it's privacy reasons. It's very towny and cheap for rent. I am literally like right next to Boston, so I think I got a fairly good deal when it comes to my rent. I also spent $20 on laundry this month, which is fairly cheap. I normally spend up to $50 a month, but I am cutting a lot of expenses when it comes to my bills in order for me to save more money. Again, in my area, it's very rare if you find an apartment that has a washer or dryer in the unit or a hookup. The only worst thing about it is actually having to leave your house to go do laundry and paying for it. So the prices do go up from time to time. So I stopped drying my clothes. So that is why I paid $20 this month. If I kept drying my clothes, I was going to pay a good $40 to $50 because it is 50 cents every 7 minutes to dry, which is ridiculous. They actually just went up in price. They used to be like 20 cents and they went up. So I bought a dryer rack and I've been drying all of my clothes at home, and that's that. I also paid $45 for health insurance this month, which is fairly cheap. I'm not going to complain about it. It is a basic plan which covers your checkups and if you have to go to the ER. It's the one health insurance that I can get that I can afford. I actually like denied the health insurance at my job. They do offer it, but it is so much money. It's just insane. I think it's like $300 bi-weekly, and I'm just not willing to pay that much, $600 a month for like health insurance. And also in Massachusetts, you have to have health insurance. If you do not have health insurance, you get fined. So your fine can range from $700 all the way up to $2,500. It depends on how much you made. So that's the law in Mass. You have to have health insurance. It doesn't matter what plan, as long as you are paying for health insurance. As for my phone, it's $72 a month. I have Sprint and I feel like it's super high. When I started my job, they actually gave me a discount. So my Sprint bill used to be in around like 102, 120 around there. And they gave me a discount for working in a nursing home, which brought it down to $72. But I feel like I can get that down lower with a different company. So maybe in the near future, I will either be going to like Boost Mobile or somewhere that is a lot cheaper than that, because I feel like $72 a month for unlimited everything is just too much. Maybe I'm just being super frugal, but I'm so sick of paying that. I feel like I could pay way less. As for food this month, I spent $60. I usually spend around $40 to $50 a month in food. But again, I am putting extra food in the house because my boyfriend comes over lately because he did purchase a property in the area, so he's always coming in and out, and I do want to have some extra food for him here. So $60 a month is not bad. Again, I work in a kitchen, so most of my meals are free. A peanut butter and jelly or a salad, things like that. As for gas for my apartment, which is including like the baseboard heating system and the hot water, it cost me $176, which is not bad. So hear me out on this. I normally pay $320 a month for gas. It's super expensive in this apartment because the installation is crap. This house was built in like the 1800s, hence why I have 3 fireplaces in each room. No, they do not work. They are capped off. But when it comes to the heating source here, you have to crank it in order it to be like really warm in here. So my thermostat is on 76 and it's still chilly in here. Like I could put a jacket on, but I try to ignore it because I don't want to go anything above 76. I used to shut it off all the time, like on and off, on and off. Like when I left the house, I would shut it off. When I come back, I'd put it on. And I thought I was actually like saving money when it came to my bill, but I tried both ways with keeping it on, shutting it off all the time. The bill always stays the same. Again, I live in Massachusetts. Right now, the temperature today is around 20 degrees, which is not that bad. I mean, to some people, it's probably freezing, but for us, that's like better than the other day. The other day was like 9 degrees. That was fairly cold. Like I had to put the heat up to like 81 for the house to be completely warm. And yes, I have tried to put the plastic on the windows. I've tried everything. I tried to put like the door stoppers where like the wind doesn't come in. Nothing works. I came to my senses and a conclusion that this house just has poor insulation. So again, I will be moving soon, so I won't be dealing with this high bill forever. As for electric, I paid $15 this month, which is great. I actually do not pay more than $15 for my electric. Again, I do not have a TV. I do not have any kind of like game consoles or anything plugged in that causes it to suck up a lot of energy. Most of the time I just have my 2 lamps. There's no ceiling lights in this apartment. It's not allowed. We have low ceilings. So I do have 2 lamps, 2 floor lamps. And then I also have my laptop plugged in once in a great while, and I charge my phone. That's it. I do not keep the microwave plugged in. I don't keep anything plugged in. I'm really good with that. So I think that's why my bill is cheap. Maybe I'm wrong, but $15 a month for electric is fine with me. As for gas for my car, I did spend $80. I do consider gas for your vehicle a bill because in order for it to go, you need gas all the time. So when you pay something all the time, I consider it a bill. In the near future, I do plan on getting a Tesla, so I don't have to pay $80 a month on gas for my car, which I'm not complaining. I feel like it could be worse since I do drive an SUV, and I do like the SUV because it snows a lot in Massachusetts, so that's why I got a 4-wheel drive. But I do drive a Honda, and it's great on gas, and as of right now, I'm keeping her until I'm able to afford a Tesla. As for music, I always spend $10 a month with my Spotify app, but $10 a month is perfectly fine with me because I also get Hulu for free when it comes to my Spotify account. A lot of you guys are saying you cannot get Hulu for free when you're paying the premium. I think they just had like a deal going on when I signed up, and now I'm kind of like locked in, kind of like grandfathered in. So I'm so sorry if you guys cannot get the free Hulu, but keep an eye out. Maybe it'll come around again because that deal is pretty cool when I'm paying only $10 a month for Spotify and Hulu. So I get free streaming services. So that's a deal to me. As for car insurance, I spent $76 this month. I have Geico. I always spend $76 a month. I have the most basic car insurance you can think of. It covers accidents, it covers rentals. With Geico, they have like the app and you could choose what you want on your plan. And that's what I did to narrow it down on what price I wanted to pay. And I do want to add in there again, if you do not have car insurance in Massachusetts, you will get penalized. So you have to have insurance. It is a must. As for my retirement this month, I put $100 into my IRA Roth account. My job does offer 401k. I kindly denied that and went towards more of an IRA. I'm not into that 401k. I looked into it and it just didn't sound appealing to me. So, and I do have an app that I pay for each month, which is $5, and it is called Word Swag. That is how I make all of my thumbnails. I don't have Photoshop on my computer. I don't have any like fancy programs. So anyways, I spend $5 a month on making my thumbnails, and that's fine with me because I get to claim that on taxes because YouTube is you're considered self-employed, so that $5 I can just put it on my taxes. So my main expense total for February is $1,334. Now let's dive into my other expenses, which is not much, but these are not like my main bills. These are just like 2 little random things. So the first thing is my eyebrows. I spent $15 this month getting my eyebrows threaded. I don't go all the time like I used to. Hence, that's why I only spent $15 this month. I used to spend like $50 to $60 back in the day, way before I was a minimalist, and that was so stupid of me, when all I had to do was just like pluck the hairs that were coming out and just keep up with it. So that's how I'm like actually saving money when it comes to my eyebrows. That's the only thing I spend money on. I do not pay to dye my hair or cut my hair. My boyfriend's sister actually owns her own salon, so I go there and she does my hair for free, which I love her so much for doing that. She's been doing my hair, oh my god, like forever, I should say. Like since I was a teenager, she's been doing my hair. And speaking of her, I got her a $50 Walmart gift card for her birthday. Her birthday was on Valentine's Day, so I surprised her with a gift card. And gift cards are the best, you guys, because that person can either get what they want or what they really need. I normally get everyone a gas gift card, but that's usually my Christmas thing. When it comes to the birthdays, I always get a store that they always go to, whether it's Walmart, Target. So that's usually what I do for gifts, is always gift cards. So for the month of February, I added my main expenses along with my 2 miscellaneous expenses. My grand total was $1,399, which is not that bad. So I'm pretty proud of myself. There are a few things I should be working on to make that bill go a little bit lower, but as of right now, I am fairly happy with what I spent this month. Now let's get into the cash back part. So if you guys do not know me or my channel, I only own one credit card, which is the Chase Unlimited Freedom, and I put a lot of my bills on that credit card in order for me to get some cash back. My credit card gives 1.5% cash back along with other perks, but I usually just wait for the money to like add up and then put it in my savings account. So let me tell you what I put on the card, and I will tell you the amount that I got this month for cash back. So I ended up putting my phone bill, gas for the car, the food that I bought, my eyebrows, the gift card that I purchased, my Spotify bill, my car insurance bill, and also the Word Swag app. So the grand total of my cash back for putting all of these bills on there, I got $89 back this month. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that just usually stays in there. I like to keep track of what I get for cash back each month, but I do not touch it until it hits a certain amount. Like once when it hits like $200 to $300, then I throw it straight into savings. But the $89 is gonna stay in there for now until next month. Again, you guys, if you are not good with credit cards or you feel the need that you want to get one but you are unsure, then wait. Do your research, because trust me, it took me 3 years for me to find the perfect credit card that fit my lifestyle. And again, not all credit cards are the same. The one I have doesn't have any annual fees, which is something that I was looking for. I wanted a card where I can use everywhere and not get charged. So you just have to do your research when it comes to credit cards. Now that we've gotten all my expenses out of the way along with the cash back, let's get into what I made / saved this month. So I want to let you know that there are 3 incomes each month. I get paid from my regular job, I get paid from Amazon affiliate links, the links that I always have in the description box, along with YouTube. So those are my 3 main incomes, and let me break them down to you. So starting with my regular job, I work 32 hours a week. I used to work a lot more. I'm cutting my hours down since I am moving soon. And I'm also trying to focus on YouTube a little bit more. And for those that are new to my channel, I'm a dietary aide at a nursing home. It's very rewarding, I would say, for more of the resident part. But as for the money part, it's not. I mean, I've been there for 8 years. I make $13 an hour. Minimum wage in Massachusetts is $12 an hour. So needless to say, they do not give very well good raises there. But then again, I stood around this long because I got really comfortable of the schedule that I have. I know it's not the best money, but it's a job. With that being said, this month at my job, I made $1,290. As for Amazon affiliate, which I said before, if you go to the description box, you will see like my current favorites. If you click on it, I get paid. If you purchase something like that I put, I get paid. So different percentages for each thing that you do, wherever you click on. This month I got paid $158 from Amazon. And now for the big grand finale, which everyone is wondering, and that is how much do I make on YouTube each month? Each month varies. This month was a really good month. Views are up, subs are up, and the grand total for that is $1,817. That is actually more than what I make at my regular 32-hour week job, which is really, really crazy. I never thought that I could make more money with YouTube than my actual regular daytime job. Again, each month fluctuates, but when it comes to like the views, that's where you get paid the most, because you see all the ads that we put in our videos and things like that. So my total income for the month with the 3 incomes that I make was $3,265, and minus my expenses, which I told you before, which was $1,399. And what I have left over is $1,866, which I put into my savings account. When it comes to me putting that money in savings, I know I need to do something better with it. Like I should be investing more, and I am trying. I have one stock as of right now. I have the app Webull, along with my boyfriend did the same. He has more stocks than me. I'm still learning about it, but again, I have my IRA Roth, so I want to put more money towards that. Whatever money that I get extra, I'm putting it in savings for now. I'm not a big spender. You guys know I'm a minimalist. I live within my means, and I always try to find the cheap way out when it comes to certain things. Whether I'm going to the grocery store and I'm looking in those aisles where the things are on sale, you know what I'm talking about. If you go to Stop and Shop, you see this little bread section and the things that are like, you know, marked off because they're going to be expiring soon. That's the stuff I buy. That's the stuff I try to save money on, along with clothes. I wait till I get gift cards like around the holidays to purchase clothes. And I don't want to purchase anything that I do not need. I don't want to steal from myself. That's how I feel. Like when I'm saving for something, or not even just for something, when I'm saving period and I'm trying to build myself, I'm not trying to spend a dime on anything stupid. A little disclaimer, I know you guys are going to be asking questions on my toiletries, such as toilet paper and my shampoo and conditioner. When it comes to my toilet paper, I'm actually stocked up in this closet. I always get my toilet paper from the dollar store. 4 rolls for $1, so I usually buy like 3 packages and they stay in here. That lasts me a while. But when it comes to other things such as shampoo and conditioner, I did mention this in my Q&A. Those were all from Christmas time, so my family members usually give me like a basket of things that I use, so I don't have to spend money. So I guess you could say that I'm fairly grateful for the holiday season, for my birthday season, and for my family actually considering like my whole lifestyle change, where I don't really want like things like perfume and stuff. I just want things for the house, so I'm able to save more money. And it's just been working out. Anyways, I really hope you enjoy this video. If you guys want me to do a part 2 of what I spend / save when I move in with my boyfriend, because I know it's going to be a completely different atmosphere. I'm definitely expecting some bills to go up and then some other bills going down, so it's going to be fluctuating a little bit when we move in together, but we will be splitting half, so 50-50 each when it comes to our bills. So if you guys want to see a part 2, let me know down below. So on that note, I will catch you in the next video.